For Robin, it's been a struggle. Constantly gnawing at her, grief refuses to leave her alone. Even invited itself to the funeral when her friends and family couldn't attend and had to watch online. Abdul's been feeling lifeless from the living room when grief cold called him. No amount of shielding could protect him from this, and grief dragged all the words out of Tyrone's mouth, left him unable to breathe, to cope, to feel for 24 hours. The next day, Tyrone went back to working from home. Sometimes grief still visits him in different guises, is an email he wasn't expecting. It suggests itself on YouTube and is a friend he might know on Facebook, and Tyrone's learnt to let grief be a part of his life now. And sometimes grief isn't poetic. It just hurts. And it hurts, and it hurts, and whilst we're in lockdown, it feels like grief has nowhere else to go, because grief doesn't social distance, grief doesn't wash its hands, sometimes grief just sucks. And we go on, because we have to. Uniting in memory over loved ones we've now lost. Robin and the girls have traded beer gardens for webcams. £6 glasses of red have now become bottles from Tesco's, and they drink to share stories of the past. They're accepting virtual hugs in place of the real thing, and even invite grief in on the conversation, though they insist it keeps its mic muted throughout. Abdul's been ordering takeaways and Amazon deliveries, and being the essential worker that it is, grief always delivers. Abdul is coping. He's finding comfort in retail therapy over the real thing. And Tyrone writes, knows grief only came to visit when a friend he hasn't seen for 2 years was taken from him, and was surprised at how intrusive grief was annoyed when grief took over the house until he saw that grief invited over remembrance. And whilst trading tales over WhatsApp in lieu of drunken strolls down memory lane doesn't quite hit right, it does help us unite. And sometimes grief just sucks. Whenever you lose someone, of course it will, so we take time to remember them. We need time to remember them. Time to let grief turn into love. Ensure that their memories can live on. Ensure that we can leave some memories for others that will be worth grieving over.